What's up guys, welcome back to episode 2 of maintaining my super high mileage Mustang until I run out of money or things to fix. Today's episode, we're replacing some coolant things. We need a new thermostat housing and a new T-pipe because we are leaking coolant really bad. We're at 186,000 miles, let's get started. Alrighty guys, there is a good bit to do here today. Step 1 is draining the coolant out. And then we've got to take a whole bunch of parts out to get to where we're going. Which, by the way, we're going down there. So, we have to take that off, we have to take that off, we have to take that off. Probably have to take this off, probably have to take that off. But before we do all that, we're going to take out the coolant because that's arguably the most important thing to take out first. That ain't going anywhere. All right, lads and gents. Step 1 is to take out all 35 million of these bolts. So that's what we're gonna do. You can actually see coolant dripping out under here. Hey guys, you know what's really funny? That right there is the coolant draining port. And I've just taken out that many bolts in an attempt to access it, which apparently was unnecessary. Live and learn, I guess. We're still gonna take it all the way out though at this point. We are dedicated, as they say. We're becoming less dedicated. Bucket. All right. All right, well that's draining. I'm gonna start taking all this stuff off. Strut tire brace has to come off. The 5.0 thing has to come off and the intake has to come off. Sounds like that's almost done draining. Maybe not. We're gonna get cracking on this though. We don't have time to sit there and watch that drain for 20 minutes. All right, so today we're replacing these things. We're taking the thermostat right here off, and we're getting this off as well. So, how to do that? First thing we're gonna do is take this clamp off here, and hopefully most of this will have drained out by now. If it hasn't, it's gonna be an even more interesting video. We need to take this off here. We need to take the thermostat itself out, and then we're gonna have to take off these clips here and there. I'll show you how it all works when we start doing it. In the meantime, we're gonna try and clear out some of this area. All right, guys, first thing we're gonna do is take off this pipe here to give us better access to the T. And it's actually kind of nice with these. You can just squeeze these shut here. Like that. That actually worked perfect. So now this is just sitting there open with that little catch. So that's gonna hold it open for us so we can finagle this thing off. Holy mackerel, that is rusty. Jeez. Okay. Well, we'll actually leave that off so we can clean that up because that's not looking too hot either. So our next step, now that we've got that out of the way, is to start taking off these clips here. Pull this up like that. Just like that. That just has a little retainer. You can pull it off this one side with a little hook here, and then that'll pop right off. Now we're gonna do the same thing with this one over here, which you cannot see. Right there. So this hook here is gonna come off the same way. Pull it up all the way off. Try to refrain from losing them as best you can. All right, now we're gonna take our pliers, move you back over here. We're gonna take this clip off here. Well, now that you've seen that part of the car, you can go ahead and stick with me up here. That'd be great. Quit trying to dip out, dude. All right, don't move. Again, we're replacing all these clips, so it doesn't really matter if they stay on there or not. This is what we're removing. If it will come off, that is, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's seeming not promising. Actually though, what we can do is go ahead and pull this off. Look at that. One pipe officially off. Now we're gonna take off this clamp down here actually. Grab the channel locks. All right, that should theoretically come off now as well. Awesome. First though, what you want to do whenever you replace this T is hop in here. There's actually an O-ring. See if I can get a better. In here, that little thing right there. That is your O-ring. That you're going to want to replace as well, so we'll go ahead and yank that sucker out. Look at that. That doesn't even look like an O-ring anymore, but it used to be. This is the replacement right here. RTS 1073. Most places say that it doesn't fit a Mustang. We shall see. So then we'll just shove that sucker down in there. Perfect, like a glove. Anyway, we've got the O-ring in there now. Easier plan. Take that off, take the thermostat out since we've got a new one of those, and then take all that off. The question is, can I get this honker out of here? That fits. Now we stick it on the wrench. one thermostat bolt, which we'll go ahead and set right there. 2 thermostat bolts, both in their proper spot. No. All right, while we're here though, we're gonna go ahead and pop this off. All right, that goes down there. I'm gonna grab a rag. Shout out rags in a box, guys. I freaking love those things. My hands are turning like orange. Okay, I'm gonna take this and we're gonna I really don't like doing this because I don't think it's good for the piping. But we're gonna have to figure something out here. Oh Lord, that's bad. Holy cow. Jeez, look at all that crud. All water deposits. I'm gonna have to rinse this out anyway. Frick. Well, that's out. That's nasty. Alrighty guys, now we're gonna start putting new stuff on. But before we get too far into that, we are going to take off this expansion tank here, because I noticed that inside of this thing there's a bunch of particles, just not things that were supposed to be there. I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna flush it out. We're back. We have cleaned out the expansion tank to the best of our abilities, which were not that impressive, but that's okay. Now, we're not gonna put it back in quite yet. We're gonna put the other stuff in first because it kind of gets in the way. Anyway, let's take a look at what we got here. Nice, son of a butt crack, I swear. It's not one thing, it's another, and they're all my fault. Okay. Oh, real quick while I'm over here grabbing a rag and cleaning this off, clean your mounting surfaces for both of these things. So where the thermostat touches the actual block, you're gonna wanna clean that off with some Scotch-Brite. I didn't video that because I didn't use Scotch-Brite, and I'm not gonna recommend what I used because I don't trust one of you fools to not screw up your engine. Also, it didn't get it as clean, so use Scotch-Brite. And then you're also gonna wanna clean where the white pipe attaches up here. Make sure we've got our hose clamp on down here, which we do. It is rusty as frick, but it will still clamp, which is the important part. We're gonna do the same thing that we did the first time, and we're gonna clip this on here. Now there is a direction that this has to go. And if you give me a second, I'll figure it out. Okay. Little notch in here, little notch in here. Has to line up like that. Tell you what, we'll bolt this down first. Sound like a plan? Good, because that's what we're doing. So we're just gonna stick this sucker in here like that. Get that lined up. Okay, so that one went in just fine. Why is this one having an issue? Okay guys, now that I have cleaned out the holes a bit, just by running the screw in and out, I give up. We're running it like that. Screw it. All right, education time. So these clamps, you can squeeze them and they hold themselves open like this. This is totally loosey-goosey right now. Super helpful. I think I can just, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Okay. That's not quite in the right spot though, so we're gonna There we go. That's better. Okay. Thermostat officially on. TOO. RIP to the guy who started that. He used to work for Donut. He doesn't work there anymore. Now he has his own channel. Honestly, he's doing pretty great. James Pumphrey. James Pumphrey. Yeah, love that guy. He's great. If you could... Yeah, that's it. That's the angle we need. Okay, now this has to go on. And I'm kind of nervous about that, low-key. I am now attempting to wiggle that back there. Observe my wiggling. Why is that tripping up with the light so much? Golly. Okay, I really don't want to do this. I have to take the thermostat back off because this thing freaking sucks. When you're doing this, make sure to put this part on first, the T, and then the thermostat, because that's easier. Okay, guys. Here's how we do it. Stick this on here first. Connect the two. And then we're gonna take this thing. We're gonna push it on, down around this. Why does that already have coolant in it? What the frick? Like that. And then we're gonna lock it. Now it's locked on there. Ta-da, good job. Now you've put your first part together. And you didn't even waste all the time that I did. Okay, as we can see, here's the problem. That is all the way on there, and it's all the way on there, and we still have a slight clearancing issue. So we're gonna cut some of the tubing off. All right, guys, quick update, because this is probably gonna be the last one. The camera's about to die. Got that T and everything installed. Make sure your things are tight, and make sure those clips get put on correctly. But other than that, I'm gonna wrap this up, get my burp tank put back on, and yeah, episode 2. Let's go, guys. That didn't take any time at all. It's now 1 o'clock in the morning. I still need to shower. I am so tired. Shout out my dad, who stayed up for an extra hour. Appreciate it. Anyway, that is all. I will see you all tomorrow, maybe, if I actually remember to record anything of the actual filling and burping. Adios.